In the last video, we witnessed the start of a legend, the birth of the Legend of Zelda. With the hot sale of this game, they would absolutely continue to develop the story. Nintendo released another sequel on FDS in 1987, The Legend of Zelda 2, The Adventure of Link. This work can be seen as the most special one among the series of The Legend of Zelda, which is so unique, but it also has positive and negative opinion of those players. It even became the worst one for some fans of Zelda. Although The Adventure of Link continued the story of the previous one, but they are so different on the system. The most significant can be acknowledged that the real-time battle mode in the first generation has changed to the turn-based trigger battle mode. Link will encounter with some monsters wandering and hiding on the map when he's exploring. If they have collision, the scene will change from overlook to side-scrolling scene for the battle. Sometimes, you may need to play some mini-games that need to be jumping and avoiding. But if you go into the constructions, then you need to unlock the device in the huge maze. To beat the hidden mini-monsters, you can only find the exit, or defeat the big boss before getting equipment and properties. But exactly, these changes increase the difficulty of the second generation. The number of mini-monsters has increased and their attack methods also different. It is distance and close battle. Some powerful enemies will no blocking. Players have to adopt different battle strategies for different enemies. Using the method without technique, you will die so badly, don't be even mentioning the complex maze. Plus, the feeling of actual operation is a bit strained. This also makes this game more difficult. Of course, it is not the reason for the negative comment. Like the ghosts and goblins, people would say this game is difficult, rather that it is a rubbish. But The Adventure of Link has no an extent from easy to difficult. This game gives player a shock at the very beginning and let you back to the same place to start again. You have to walk a super long distance then arrive the place you just died. Okay, that's enough to let you give up the game. But more Zelda fans feel difficult to adapt to it because of the different mode. The real-time battle in the first generation is so smooth, and they're less scene changing situation for battle. But that's so different in the second generation. Basically, the current scene will change to another one to beat the monsters. And you don't know what the scene will be and how many enemies are waiting for you and what equipment they have. You will feel interesting at the beginning, but you may feel a bit boring in the following. Of course, due to the mechanism restriction at the early stage, these problems usually happened. But if we exclude these factors and not to compare it with the first generation, The Adventure of Link actually is a video game with high quality. First of all, the developers added experience system in this game so players can upgrade themselves when they defeat the monsters, which means players' blood, power and attack will be improved and the difficulty will be decreased. And players will learn different magic. That will make the following battle easier. In terms of magic, we have to mention another really innovative aspect, which is adding urban system into the map. Players can find a magician in here to study magic or find the specific NPC to recover. The residents in the urban are not like the previous version, who can only stand there and talk to the player. They have their route and their timetable, although it cannot be the same quality of the Story of Seasons and the Stardew Valley. But you need to remember, seeing the moving NPC in a town in the world full of monsters in 1987 is so surprised and relieved. The Legend of Zelda 2, The Adventure of Link is a bold innovation for Nintendo. The number of sales was less than the first generation, but it also achieved an excellent result. Just in the brilliant history of Zelda, it was a bit pale than other work. If you are a fan of The Legend of Zelda and willing to challenge, I reckon this game also worth to play. Okay, that's all for today's video. Of course, the story of Link and The Legend of Zelda is to be continued. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.